Yeah, so with The Legend of Zelda being like my favorite video game series of all time, this review was pretty much inevitable. The Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds. Okay, so I got A Link Between Worlds back in November, like the day it came out. I played it for a couple days, it was really awesome. Then a couple days later, my 3DS got dropped and the bottom screen cracked, and yeah, I just got lazy and didn't fix the screen. So now after months of me being lazy and cheap and not wanting to get the screen fixed, I finally got it fixed and I beat the game. And how is it? Well, yeah, that's what we're here to talk about. Now, The Legend of Zelda A Link Between Worlds is the sequel to The Link to the Past, which is weird because I thought Link's Awakening was a sequel to The Link to the Past. And again, A Link to the Past was also a prequel to the original Zelda game, so wouldn't then that make the original game a sequel to A Link to the Past? Apparently, A Link to the Past has a lot of sequels. So in this game, they're living in Hyrule, Link's working for a blacksmith, and then, surprise, Zelda gets kidnapped. And now in this game, through some dark magic or whatever, Link's now able to phase into the walls and kind of shuffle along the walls there. Which is a really awesome mechanic in this game, because there were a lot of puzzles where I was like, wait, where am I supposed to go with this? I totally forgot that I had that new function in the game, and then it happened, I was like, oh sweet. It's really fun to do, and it makes for some really cool puzzles in the game. There's a lot less items in this game than there's been in other previous Zelda games, but one thing I do like about these items is that most of them are pretty useful. Like, you know how in Twilight Princess you had just this slew of awesome items, but most of them you'd use in like one dungeon and then that was that, you never even used it again. In this game you actually rent your items from this one dude for like 50 rupees, or you can buy them if you want, but you know, it costs like 700 or 800 rupees for just one item. So you rent them when you need them and you can use them, and that's really cool, but when you get a game over, then he takes them all back and you have to rebuy them. So you know, if you're in the middle of a dungeon and you die, that's really irritating because you have to go back. But I don't mind it, I was okay with that. It was a really cool function to add to this game. Now, one thing that the Zelda series is always trying to work out is really how to tackle these dungeons. Because in the first game it was just like, plop, there's your world, go explore, try to find the dungeons, beat them in any order. And then in like Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, those type of games, it's like, okay, here's a point A, here's a point B, go to these dungeons in that order, get the Triforce, get the pendants, whatever you need, go beat Ganon. In this game, I feel like they found a nice happy medium in between those two. You get all the dungeons marked on your map, and then they're like, okay, now go beat those dungeons in any order you want, have fun. I just remember playing the original Legend of Zelda game, and I was like, okay, where am I supposed to go? And then at that point, I'm just wandering aimlessly around the map until I get killed by some moblins. And honestly, that's no fun. This game does play a lot like A Link to the Past, so that adds a lot of nostalgia to this game. The music in this game is all epic, it's all orchestrated. Honestly, there's no better feeling when you're just running across Hyrule Field, you have your Master Sword and the Zelda theme is just blaring behind you. You feel so heroic throughout the entire thing, it's just... It's incredible. I don't know how else to describe it other than just awesome. The Zelda games have always been pretty light on story. This one is, but it's also really touching. Especially towards the end, the music really helps with all of that. But I'm just saying, this game might hit you where you live a couple times. This game is a little short, and it's also fairly easy. Like, you know, if my 3DS was fixed throughout the entire process of me playing this game, I could have blown through it in a week max. But I think if you're trying to find a game to introduce your young kid to the Legend of Zelda series, this one's perfect. If they have a 3DS, pick it up. So on the whole, I freaking loved playing through this game. It's definitely my favorite Legend of Zelda game for a portable system, not including remakes and ports. And I know I'm gonna get some hate for that, Link's Awakening fans, do not even. It is a personal opinion after all, and my personal opinion is that A Link Between Worlds is great. So your favorite Legend of Zelda game of all time, I'm sure everyone's played at least one. Whether it's A Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, or even Link's Crossbow Training. Whatever that may be, just comment down below with that game. And thanks for watching this video. If you guys like it, you can click here to see more.